It's been nearly a week, and the shock has not worn off in Alamo Heights. Sam Dibrell, an all-state receiver who helped Alamo Heights win a state championship in 2006, died in a one-car rollover accident Tuesday afternoon down in Duval County. Now, yesterday, 6 of his friends and his former teammates agreed to meet me for an interview, and how fitting we talked inside an Alamo Heights locker room, a place filled with Dibrell memories. Now, my only request with the interview, let's skip the accident. Instead, I wanted his friends to share with you how he lived his life and how his outlook will live on in his death. From the endless stories to the laughs to getting me to say Sam's favorite word, yee. It's exactly how Sam would have wanted to be remembered. So here it is, the life of Sam Dibrell through memories shared by his 6 brothers.
There was a glow about him, you know, and once we started hanging out, it clicked.
Dibrell's personality was just infectious. Every single person he met, you know, within 5 minutes, they felt like he was his best friend.
He would just say what was on his mind, and, you know, it was always something that made you smile.
The words I hear are smile and life. Is that right?
Golly, he was hilarious. He was so funny.
Someone brought this up the other day, and I completely forgot about it. We used to have that tennis ball machine. It was called the lobster. You know, you'd throw it, where everyone work on their hand-eye, whatever. Sam used to turn the lights off in here, and all of a sudden you'd hear that machine crank up, and everyone would be diving. You hear Dibrell and laugh around. It's just dying laughing as it's pitch dark in here, and he's just launching these balls at everybody.
When you guys were doing your run and having all of this, it seemed like he was the one that kept everybody loose. He was the one that, it's still a game, you know, and it kind of goes back to that, man, we're just having fun.
He always kept it loose, but he also set the tone. And every single game, you know, he's one of the biggest competitors I've ever met. Everyone in this group is competitive, but he really knew how to set the tone.
Mark Consolidated was a perfect example of that. Everybody was supposed to be nervous, and we came out, and I guess that was, I can speak for everybody, that truly that was the first game where we might have been a little intimidated. And Sam came out first play, and the guy who just played at Oregon State, James Rogers, was playing free safety, and he ran a slant route and went 50 yards. And I'm not kidding you, when I say it was not a stiff arm, it was like, I'm gonna grab you and throw you down. And that, I mean, literally, we scored 5 plays later, and that was it. And then we just destroyed them. And that, I think that set the tone. We came out and the jitters were gone, because it was like Sam just threw that kid to the ground. And we were like, okay. And that set the tone. He did that every game, you know? He did that every game.
How good was he? I mean, you've thrown to a lot of guys. You've thrown to some college guys. You went to college with him. How good was he?
He used to just look at his hands and go, these are good. he used to go, these are good.
So he was humble. Giovanni had said, hey, you're the leader, and you go, no, man, I wasn't. Did he run the show?
Dibrell's been the leader of our pack, you know, going back since 4th grade. He's kept us together since we've all gone to college. You know, we've been all over Texas, all over the United States in college, and I feel like he's been sort of our link to each other. You know, everybody contact Dibrell, and he's gonna figure out where we're all meeting for the 4th of July every year. You know, he's figuring out, everybody get back together, the whole crew get back together. We're gonna meet somewhere 4th of July, whether it's in Austin or Denton or wherever he is.
We're all friends. We all have a group message that we all talk about on every time. We'd always like send paragraphs like, hey, what's going on? Sam would just send a bunch of S's or yee. He just had his own language.
He would have these words that yee or yan or yang, and he had his own lingo. We weren't exactly sure what it meant at first, and we're like, Sam, what are you talking about? You know, that's not English. But after, you know, a few weeks of being around him, it was just so contagious, and you just, you know, wanted to emulate him. And by the end of it, all of us are using that same goofy language that, you know, we made fun of him 5 years ago, and we still all talk the same. And you know, he brought that to us.
Who was the last guy to talk to him?
I got a phone call Monday at about, well, I get out of class at 11:50. I have my next one at 12. And he called me in between, and we had a great conversation. He was so happy. He was talking about the celebration of life and coming to Austin this weekend for his birthday, and then, of course, Vegas. He was on me about booking my flight.
What did that mean to him, celebration of life?
That's what he called his birthday. And he was just so happy and just so, you know, Sam. And That was the last conversation I had with him, and I didn't know until later. You know, I got a phone call at 3, but I think it all happened at 12. So I was really happy I got to talk to him about 10 minutes before it all happened, and that's really kind of keeping me together. Because you know, that was the last time I talked to him. He was in a great mood, so that was great.
Thursday was his birthday. I'm assuming that that you guys.
Everyone in Alamo Heights was at Bobby's house. There was 300 people there probably, telling stories, laughing, and then crying, just waves of emotion. But I mean, just it's a testament to how good of a guy he was. 300 people showed up just for his birthday.
He was buried with his championship ring, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but it says something to the extent of "We is the key." What does that mean?
That was just, you know, the Alamo Heights kind of motto. We have that on all our shirts. We's the key, and you know, it's kind of fitting now. You know, we didn't really think much of it, you know, then. You know, we always would say we's the key, but you know, it really means a lot more now than it ever did.
I've heard the word friend, I've heard the word teammate, listening to your stories, that he was a brother to each and every one of you. How will you honor him?
The main thing to take away is to really have open arms to everyone. And he really was the most loving guy. He was always smiling and laughing.
He loved everybody, so that's what I can learn, you know, from him every day. Put a smile on your face. Life's short.
If I can just implement just a couple of these things and just try to be that way, even if I don't get anywhere close, but if I make anything towards it, I'll be, you know, a better person than I was yesterday, just from trying to copy him.
I actually have a pair of his sunglasses right now, and you know, I want to keep those around forever. And I figured, you know, what better way to remember him is every day it's a sunny day. I get to remember Sam, because I feel like that's the way I would think of him anyway. It's always a sunny day with Sam.
When I left them yesterday, I shook a couple of their hands, and it dawned on me, everybody needs a Sam Dibrell in their life. On behalf of Sam's family and friends, I'd like to thank Cody, Bobby, Tyler, Adam, Gio, and Colton. Hopefully those stories, those moments, provided them with a moment of comfort in this time of mourning. To Brad and Sandy Dibrell and to their daughter Hannah, Sam will be missed. From everybody here at News 4, our thoughts and prayers are with you.